Hi everyone, it's Anna from Astralladytarot in Amsterdam, and today I've decided to show you part of my tarot collection. I don't have that many decks. I have around 25, I think, with a few of them I want to discard. But apart from that, it's true, my collection is carefully, picked out. I like to use my decks. So yeah, I'm showing a part of my collection. So today I'm starting off with my indie decks, and then I'm moving on to my vintage decks. I'm starting off with my independently published decks. And the first one I got was The Pagan Otherworlds by Usi. Gorgeous deck. I just don't reach for it very often. It's a combination between Rider-Waite-Smith and Marseille, or Pip deck, actually. And it's really beautiful. I think they are oil paintings, originally. It's just, yeah, it's so beautiful, but there's so much white space. It's kind of minimal because of that, and I'm not sure if I'm really about that. I just can't bring myself to pass this one along. It's just too pretty. So I'm keeping it in my collection for now, hoping that its day will come. When it arrived at my place, the box was completely damaged by, I don't know, the shipping or something, by the post. So I made my own box. And this, you might recognize this as an upcycled iPhone box. But they fit beautifully in here. Yeah, you shouldn't ever close a box without the cards in it, right? Because of the weight. That's what Kelly from The Truth and Story teaches us every time. I have the first edition of the Wild Unknown. I wasn't one of those tarot readers who immediately fell in love with the Wild Unknown, but now that I have it, it's one of those staple decks, and I love these backs, and I love this feel on the cardstock. They shuffle really nicely, much better than the mass-produced one. Yeah, and this is also kind of minimal, but it's a little bit more punk rock, just because of those black lines. And you can really see the symbolism. You know, I'm happy I have the first edition, because every card that has been changed for editions after that, I prefer the original card. And then my soul deck, or part of it, Patrick Valenza's Triomphe de la Luna, the Paradoxical Edition. This is the deck that got me into reading Marseille. I love every card. Every card has something so weird and crazy. By the way, this is made by Kim Krantz, but I think everybody knows that. I really want to show you my favorite card of this deck, which is the Strength card. Oh yeah, here you go. She is so beautiful. I have a tattoo of this Two of Cups, of Patrick Valenza's Two of Cups. And maybe the Strength card will accompany these cups. I don't know yet. Little box I made for it. There you go. And then I didn't even realize this was an indie deck. Tarot of the Crone. I don't know if this is still an independently published edition, but it's by Ellen Lorenzi Prince. And this booklet, everything in here is amazing. Such beautiful poems and so powerful. I think its energy is fire. I think so. And it's focused around the feminine. I have the version with the black backs. And this deck I can't really fully grasp yet. I don't really understand how to read with it without using the booklet. What I do is I do this patchwork spread, like Kellyanne Maddox once explained, and I always use this deck in it because it's kind of in between of oracle and tarot for me. And then I first read them intuitively, or you know what I know of the tarot system. And after that I look up the poem in the little booklet, and that's where I always get this major message from the little booklet. I'm like, wow, I really don't understand how deep this deck actually is with only my intuition, apparently. It's just so powerful. It's also great in ritual, just because, like the Thoth, in my opinion, this is a deck they're almost all sigils, you know? Just look at this. Wonderful. So I'm really happy to have this one, and I'm not ready to part with it, even though I hardly ever read with it. It's just, you know, for very special occasions kind of thing. Okay, moving on to my vintage decks. So I'm going to start with decks that I want to sell. Golden Dawn Tarot, yeah. It's still in print, or it's back in print, but of course another edition. These are the backs. Golden Dawn Tarot. I thought it was gonna be, I don't really know what I thought. I thought just something cool to have, and you know, if I connect to it, great. But not really, no. All the pips are so... I don't have words. I like this. I just need a little bit more atmosphere and a special mood from my cards, you know? Then I had this beautiful Chinese horoscope cards that I was planning on using as an oracle, which I tried to do for, well, a while. This one is from 1988. This one I don't know. but it's from who? Oh, illustrated by Robert Wang. I feel like I should say that, you know. So this this artist who illustrated these cards, I know that she also made a tarot deck, the Madonna Tarot, Madonni Tarot, something like that. Silvia Madonni. All right. So I bought these cards because I love the artwork. But it turns out it's just not enough for information, I guess. I'm not getting enough information or anything for it to be a good oracle deck. And it also turns out that I'm not really a fan of oracle in the first place. And I was still trying it out with these cards. So as you can see, it is quite special. But yeah, because you're supposed to use it in a different way, not as an oracle. But I kind of still like it though. You have like different colors and different parts of the body and different moods. This is calm, prosperous, and it looks like that. And different animals. That's pretty cool. There's a monkey in this deck, and it's walking over a city. Yes. And there's a dog. Yes, thank you. We need more dog decks. Absolutely. And then there's the seasons. But I can't really work with it. I have my Golden Rider. Made this box for it. It's a special Rider-Waite-Smith because of these wonderful colors that someone, I don't know your name, I'm sorry, someone painted, just completely copied the Rider-Waite-Smith in his own paintings, but then made it into this beautiful deck with this wonderful energy, with these special colors. The Empress has so much makeup on. That's funny. But yeah, it's a special deck, and I would love to have another copy of this because I read for clients with this deck as well, and they touch the cards. I don't let anybody shuffle my cards, but I do let them pick out the cards when I, fan them out. This one fans out beautifully, by the way. But I feel like it's showing signs of wear and tear very quickly. So I'm kind of, oof, maybe I should get another version of this one. It looks like it's from the 70s, but it's actually from the 90s. And, oh, maybe I shouldn't have included it in this video then, because I thought, well, I have quite a lot of decks that were printed in the 90s and that are still in print now, like for instance Tarot of a Moon Garden. I have the 90s version, and I thought, well, I'm not going to include 90s decks because it's not that long ago, right? I don't know. I guess I'm old. No, but maybe it's okay with this one because this one's actually not in print anymore. While Tarot of a Moon Garden is in print, Albana Waite's in print, the Giant Rider-Waite is in print. Yeah. Next. Hope you're still enjoying this. What's this called again, honey? This is a Mythic Tarot. The original Mythic Tarot. When I saw this deck online, I was like, wow, I have to have it. And now that I think of it, I actually traded my first black and white Rider-Waite-Smith in Dutch for this one. And even though this one is coming back in print apparently, I mean the original artwork, not the new Mythic Tarot, which is just not great. So computerized. I like decks that, you know, are hand drawn, or at least look like it. This is Justice Athena. She's so cool. This artwork is so, it reminds me of a children's book. Kind of a creepy children's book. A book that actually gave me nightmares. But very powerful. I don't read with this a lot. Just because I keep forgetting who those myths are about. You know, I know all the majors like Pandora's Box, you know. The Three Fates, Morai, I don't know how to say that. Demeter. Yeah, but all the minors, I keep forgetting, and all the court cards especially. But it's a wonderful deck. Yeah, super thin cardstock. But for something as beautiful as this, I'll allow it. I can't tell you who drew this. Sorry. Is it Trisha Newell? Someone let me know. I'm so bad at this. It's like, here are all my decks, and then halfway through, I think, okay, maybe I should, you know, give credit to the artists, but so bad. Okay, so next one, a Thoth Greenie. Yes, I'm all about this one. Beautiful. Lady Frida Harris, Aleister Crowley. I was never about the Thoth deck until I saw this one. The cards are big. The artwork is so intricate. I feel like you need those big cards. And with this green hue, they are all just a little bit more deep and warm, and yeah, just beautiful in my opinion. And I think it's first edition. No one has answered my question yet. If, you know, if here it says it starts at 1, I think that means it's the first edition, right? I don't know. Anyway, I love that one, and I'm studying it, and yeah. The Royal Fez Moroccan Tarot deck. Trying to look who made it. Maybe it's in the booklet. I stumbled upon this one by accident. I'm so happy, so happy. These are the backs, which are kind of psychedelic, which is cool, but also strange because the rest of the deck has, you know, the very basic tarot colors, only they added brown and green, I believe, and then the other colors are all only primary colors, so it's kind of like, well, adding purple, well, I don't know, doesn't matter. But this deck is from the 70s, and there's no booklet, but there is this one card. There's really no booklet? No. So I would have to look up who made this. Either way, it's very pretty. It's a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. But you know what I really love about this deck? none of the cards have titles on them. The majors have numbers, but that's it. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted it, because then there's no language. You can just use it in any language. Sorry, I got a phone call, so let's jump into the last deck that I have. And I never thought that I was ever going to own this deck, especially this version. It was such a lucky find, and I actually call it my lucky deck, because when I opened it, surprise, maybe some of you already know what I'm talking about, I don't know. It's along the lines of my Thoth Greenie, just as lucky. It's this one. I got it for dirt cheap as well. It's crazy. Never expected it to be not only a pre-copyright 70s, 71, 72, I don't know, blue box Rider-Waite-Smith, but also, which is complete, by the way, with the booklet and the 2 extra cards, but also a blushing full deck. I couldn't believe it. Oh, the lines in this deck are so crisp and thin. The cardstock is amazing. There's no lamination. Simon from the Hermit's Cave recently showed this deck on video, so you can look that up as well. Can you see the blushing fool? I'm really trying to show you. Wait, maybe if I hide my face. I don't have a good camera. Just believe me, it's a blushing fool. Yeah. And it's in such good condition as well, you know? The seller was so nice. She knew that this was something special, I think, just because it's pre-copyright and 70s, and she had already promised me the deck, and when I went and picked it up in Amsterdam, by the way, who would have thought, she told me, well, I'm glad you're so happy with it. I did get some higher biddings, but I had already, you know, promised you this deck. So it was very sweet of her, actually, and I really do cherish this deck. This deck doesn't leave the house. No way. This deck stays here, where it's safe. Every blue and every yellow is just that little bit softer. They feel amazing. Yeah. I must say, I have a better connection with my Centennial, but I know that I'm holding, you know, a special piece of history when you really love tarot, especially Pixie's artwork, and that's just priceless. That's it, I think. That's a part of my collection. The indie decks and first edition kind of things, and the vintage decks. And I have some other tarot decks as well that I also love. But for now, that's it. So let me know if you like this video. So I'm ending the video here. Thank you very much, and I will see you later. Bye.